Good morning again. Back to you again. March 5th, 2021. My last video was again interrupted by loss of signals. So this is revision, another continuation. Same title, was talking of quality system. I don't know why signals break every time. Unfortunately, but I am coping with this. There is no other way out. No solution with me. And title being quality. I'm now calling quality, though title is big. And I was talking about slab. I was talking about slab that you have to fix. This is page which I was talking about. You can see this. I have spoken all this, checklist for RCC suspended slabs works. And I was talking about it was that make sure all portion of beam downs. I discussed this. Then chart out concrete slab. The sequence structure. I will sequence concrete date, concrete duration, concrete curing procedure, concrete duration. Make sure that testing laboratory technicians would attend in time prior to concrete pour. Check all supports and system again. Make sure that adequate workers strength would be available during pour. Make sure that concrete pour timings match with temperature range. Do not work in haste as work must be safely carried out. Make sure that responsible supervising engineer would be available during pouring. In case there is already one slab below system, ensure that additional supporting system is installed there too, depending on the previous concrete below slab. Once safety is overlooked, site shall be prone to untoward accident. This is list of, let us now little discussion, this for explanations. RCC suspended slab works. I have already explained what does suspension mean here. You know it well. If there is no suspension, then question of slab doesn't arise. Suspension is there, but that suspension is controlled. Suspenders is sagging or due to, you can say, hogging or due to deflection, whatever way. Suspension is suspension, but we have to use that suspension for purpose of framing. Slab is a part of framing, but people say is diaphragm. Yes, it's diaphragm, but also a part of structural framing. It's properly designed always. Suspended slab is designed, and that load or actions from suspended slab are shared by downstand or upstand beams, which further transmit these direct loads or moments. Loads may be axial or inaxial, moments may be hogging or sagging, whatever it is, are transferred to columns from beams, from slab to beams, and from beams to columns, and columns to then down to ground floor or ground soil. This is general procedure. Whenever you do some slab work, it's easy to say it's slab, and it's easy to say slab, but slab is final product. It's final product where end user starts to live. We directly use slabs to live. You don't live on beams, you don't live on columns, though they are there, but your direct touches with slab, your movement remains on suspended slabs or diaphragm slabs. We can call them diaphragm because being very thin member. We can call them plates because of thin member. That's not important. I'm calling only layman language in that slab. We call it slab, S-L-A-B. So slab work, because it is final, our use comes from slab, and slab is always very complex in structures, particularly live structures. Those structures we don't understand that they are live, but all buildings are live. All structures are live because these function. These give services to people. Because slab is directly involved in your lifestyle, it has to be given due credit. And that credit is, before doing this, it should be properly understood, it should be properly planned, and that proper planning and proper thinking on it provides us certain public or certain material that we use in life. We stay on slab, we walk on slab, we sleep on slab, we store on slab, we do everything on slab. We're building slab or some other slab. We can't use wall, we can't use beam, we can't use column, but we can use slab. And it is final. On every floor it is final. On roof floor also this is final. When we want to do preparatory works for slab, main preparatory works are shuttering of formwork and placement of steel with services inserts. And this means these are permanent activities or proprietary activities, because formwork is preparatory activity and steel placing is preparatory activity, but steel shall remain there forever, therefore is permanent. All inserts, electrical, mechanical, or services are permanent because that shall remain there. Shuttering shall be taken out. All supporting systems shall be taken out. So those are temporary systems. Those are meant only for use or to support pouring. That is used to support pouring, but not for you can say use directly. Similarly, columns are already there when you are pouring slab. All works below your slab have already been done. All foundations have been done. Foundation means those foundations which are relevant to your slab. This means you have to insert in various services in your slab work. Electrical, mechanical, plumbing, or something else if required. This means this is not simply concrete work. This is concrete work where you can say wherein services, structures or services bases are included and inserted. this is, you can say, coordination of services, or we can also say coordinated services into preparatory works of beam on slab. Slab and beams work together for construction. We have to make sure that sometimes you have to plan before pour in your drawing itself where light point would be, where fan points would be, and where switches, panels would be on wall. Though wall is different, but these may come from slab down. Some may come from the lower slab up, that may be low voltage, electrical requirements, footlights, or power requirements. So there are two ways. Either we take from pouring slab down, upper portion of wall, all electrical services requirements, or you might have taken from below for near, or you can say near floor requirements. Those inserts, those conduits, electrical conduits and others are how to be replaced or to be placed on current slab. So this is, you can say, kind of coordination mechanism you have to apply. Where should you place electrical conduit? That shop drawing would tell you, or engineer, electrical or engineer mechanical, or whatever it is. Those plans must be produced. And those positions where your appliances would be, that would tell you where to take down this pipe from slab, whether from top to bottom or from old slab top or below the place of source. It is very important point. If you can do coordination, you are experienced person. If you cannot do coordination, you are not experienced person. Coordination is not easy. It's not easy. You have to instruct electrical and you can say AC people, engineers, or you must have those drawings from your contract documents. Those drawings must indicate where lights are in, where HVACs are in, where you can say fan points are in, where extract fans are, and wherever whatever services we require, those points are. It's really important point. We must value that. And if we don't value that, we cannot do slab professionally. I'm talking of professional work, not layman work, not work without thinking. We can't work without thinking. Thinking means coordinated thinking. We do coordinated thinking. My voice is a problem, I think. I'm not getting adequate signals. I think there's a problem. We should not worry, but we should worry. Because slab work is not difficult. Difficult is coordinated work. There may be many clashes among services which you have to resolve while doing shop drawings. When I say you have to resolve, means those responsible people who are working on it have to resolve. Resolution is a must. We have to understand that point. Electrical layout should be there, mechanical layout should be there, and whatever else layout is required should be there. Lights must be shown on drawing, on shop drawing as well as on other drawings. All lights must be shown. Then you have to see that these electrical points or lights do not clash with each other. We have to remember something error caused in coordination shall be not easy to make or to repair it. It is question of slab, and it's not industrial project where everything will be done on surface. In industrial projects, continuation is not required. We have to understand our requirement. You have to coordinate every service with structure. We have to think architecturally as well while doing services. When you enter some room, which is best location where comfortably you can put switch on, or you have to put that outside room because room is wet area. It's not recommended that put electrical services in wet area or put at remote corner. And that one is very, very useful. We have to understand all services. We have to understand distribution of light in room. So where should be our points and where should be fan points so that air is given all time. Round clock into 25% or 10%. We must do everything for coordination, otherwise you cannot pour slab with confidence. So coordination is therefore very significant part of services. Then ensure all structural coordination are already done. Then actual details pertaining following settings should be charted out. And what are details? Now we go after coordination to actual details, which you have to do on site and must be communicated to site. Setting out, very important point. Then scaffolding system. We have to do scaffolding system if we have drawing, because that person sees everything in the room. After that, you have to make sure that your system that you install for supporting is according to your design or to specialist design. Exactly same you have to do for cup lock system or for prop system. Particularly cup lock system is used on special locks. Now you can say supporting system is fine, stair portion is fine, lift portion is fine. In case all access are available, I say a combination of all three fields, that is active possibility. So you have to decide as an engineer, you want to help system or you just want to enjoy. This lies in your controls. You want to repeat as foreman or you want to achieve as engineer. Foremen have their own methods, but you have to improve. You have to do error-free work. You have to work according to complete requirement of what is in drawings, layout, setting out, and safety. You can say supporting system is very important point because it's very strong first of all, and then involving or causing any accident. So those in case you get these systems or you can say this scaffolding from supplier or manufacturer, proprietary manufacturer who design this, who manufacture and then rent you. People believe that one. I think no harm in that. You can He will make drawing also for you, structure, I mean drawing which is location of these points, and you can say he'll deflection it can take, shear force it can take, the information your system is designed and given to you on blueprints, and you have to follow them because this is manufacturer's instruction. They are in consistency of commercial. And what is safely? Safely is that you don't slip while rising, you don't fall, it's higher, and whatever workers with you, whatever material that has to go up, all should be taken using that I call stepped stair. Means it's not simply stair cover or waist is there, but now your access stair should be strong enough and should be, you can say, comfortable. Means you can easily walk on that and your workers can easily walk on that, having all kinds of safety measures, long story, short story, whatever story. Then material for all areas ready for safe working in and around of portable area, and material for all areas ready for preparatory works. That does mean, and this is general. Tag your fabricated bars and it is easy for you to take it to site. So you have to continue, right? Sometimes it happens that you miss something. There's some break in voice, I think. Yes, there was some break in voice. I'm sorry for that. But this is sometimes out of our control. We can't help it. So we have to bear with that. If you think I've gone, I'm gone is here. Just some problem in recording. So I repeat what was missed. All supporting systems, scaffolding drawings are ready, duly approved and certified by design or manufacturer. Access scaffold are ready, stucking ladders are ready. Metal for all areas ready for safe working. Safe working, you can say in and around of portable area. Metals for all areas are ready for preparatory works. Metal for all areas, metal means formwork, steel, fixing, or supporting system, everything means whatever is required for slab to stay, we have everything ready. All rebars are ready, duly tagged in, and ensure all columns and RCC wall support. Ensure construction joints are made on column tops, which is can say column necks. When you do column full height, you can't do full height because of certain connecting bars to beams may be placed in on top of column in shape of 37, or you can say L. Those L bars may be fixed on top and what to do, just be cast columns below that bar so that dowels are not required to be placed in, and at that level somewhere near bottom or soffits of beams we lay. Don't concrete that small portion, and we take it with when we do suspended slab preparatory works. All columns like that, except I think this stairs column, which are different. Then non-stair columns are done like that way. So that's not talking of construction design, because now we are going to extend those columns, a small portion of column at top, to be monolithic cast with slab and beams. So previous concrete is taken out, chipped, undue surface, there may be smooth surface, it has to be removed. All latency requires to be removed from column section, and in a proper way it is to be done. Unevenness has to go, and then you have to provide a complete steel in that already bars are there. You have to place shutters, and whatever bars you have to insert in at the junction of column and beam, those bars are to be placed along with main reinforcement. It should be clearly done. This construction joint, this is a very important part of system. Without these joints, construction joints which carry transfer of movements from beam to column, share of movement the column has to take is provided by providing bars, and there may be cases that bars in opposite direction will also be provided, but those can be provided while we do top steel of new work steel. So column and RCC walls, now we have to make sure that previous columns and RCC walls, of course, below must have been poured. That's why you're working there. This is just indicative that it must be there, nothing left before. So now you must have, because you have to check levels of slab level, beam level, all levels you have to check. If not previously provided, you must make sure that on columns or on walls some datum line is fixed from floor or from level, from which datum line, it may be 1 meter, it may be more than, or whatever you fix, remaining height up to slab bottom or beam bottom. We can measure, we can locate those points on, for doing survey while doing form work, because once form was fixed, it can be handled according to up or down movement. You can do that practically, it's done. Then these lines on columns and walls help. Level lines we call them, on column surfaces or wall surfaces or whatever we have. Then erection of supporting either mechanical system or other system. So well handled by specialist trained team of riggers. That supporting system that we procured, we must have erected that, and that we have to erect. How to erect that point means there are riggers for that purpose, and it's very easy, means couplock system. These riggers knows where full system grids comes and where there is a part, and for that we have separate provision. They will provide such material specifically. Of course, maybe same material or better material, and we have to be sure that all parts of concrete will come there. Now this system that we are going to do pouring for, we have to make sure that everything is perfect, everything is fine. Supporting system must be certified by yourself or by manufacturer who provided this material and design. Erection of system must be good, and there shall be space around below and on sides. Your people should move. Of course, that's a grid system. Generally, grids are 1.2 to 2.4, which are considered safe for that portion. Then that installed system should be used properly, and the survey should think of that, how to do more survey. Then final levels are adjusted, not in 1 second, it takes time. It takes reading a bound blow, and it's an interesting one. Then all sockets must be checked, their locations must be checked. Safety rails, part of temporary works, must be changed on external sides. Everybody should be made safe. It's not all interesting. Else, yeah. Site activities involves feedback from offices. Another place is there. It's working there. The box is available there. You have to tell him what is done. Very important point actually, the correctness of dimensions of beam sections. It must be column sections, beam sections are from slab itself, no variation, and you must be sure before placing steel in that exposed where there is no false ceiling in those areas. I'm saying where there is no false ceiling, there must be fillets, corners, exposed corners. And false ceiling, I think it doesn't make a difference as it's covered, it's sealed. So it's 25 or 25 or 20 mm 20 fillets, triangular fillets must be placed, plastic fillets or whatever else. Don't use the timber for that, it takes time. Use plastic fillets, the triangular feet available and you can buy them. Then forms like earlier to apply, but you have to apply carefully. It has to dry out before the concrete thing works, or before the steel works. You can say bars are tightly bound, must be. Concrete or plastic spaces must be there to keep them in position. We all know that. All blockouts, but it's, services of HVAC. So, uh, this system which you have produced, it's very complicated. Means it looks as so wonderful. You have thousands of steel bars. You have 100 meters of conduits, and you have square meters of shutters there. I don't know much. 100 square meters shutters. Again, this audio problem thing. And your connectors, mechanical connectors overlaps do work there. We have to make sure that vibrator nozzle must pass everywhere. That should be a working drawing. That should be a work. And if you provided epoxy coated steel, in that case, overlaps must be provided or in connectors, but if you have provided, you have to use touch-up paint for repairs because during working, because it strikes corners and such things. That's what I say. Yes, before being lost, let me complete this statement because there's some problem in computer. Then we have to take care of executed bars if available, if we have used, and we cannot connect cathodic protection to a executed bar. We have to keep in mind. Then previous concrete joints we have to take care of. That no dirt, no timber piece, etc. available after cleaning, and for cleaning purpose we have to make some, you can say, some hole, temporary hole at bottom of places to take out all that, and later on the soil can be filled with joints. This general procedure, make sure prepare pressed concrete so well cleaned, that we are discussed, and ensure that no dirt or timber pieces, hot, keep them from cool in high temperatures. In addition to timber being heated up, and bars are very much heated. So before going for lunch, you can either try out methods which are included in, and also other methods you expect to use. Then certification, etc. we have talked now. To make sure that all portions of beam down stands are well secured by fixing tie bolts where required. That column type caps forms are plumb and well secured. Plumb are well built, so purpose of continuous monitoring. While pouring also, you have to keep them. And you can say, make sure that certain formwork steps for emergency provisions, stoppers, you can say stoppers, and I've seen the steps, concentration, stoppers, emergency. Then check out your timings, arrival of concrete running the concrete plan, you have to make sure at time of pouring, we'll discuss about that. Concrete duration, curing procedures, check all equipment availability, and make sure that concrete pour timings match with temperature range. Drop work in haste, work should be patient, safe, don't run fast. Make sure that responsible supervising engineer would be available during pouring. In case there is already one slab below system, ensure that additional supporting system is installed there. Depending on the requirements. You can say also we have to check everything again, and we should be sure that the system is safe, and the system is safe, and the system is safe. Now you can say almost preparatory, or you can say preparatory works of suspended slab have been over. You have left the question of walls. Then we should shift to other kind of talks here. That is pedestal footings, etc. And again, I think there's problem now. It's now problem at all. I think we should continue about this. If I can record it successfully, will you find we should do better? Let us think. That is pedestal footings for steel frameworks. Pedestal approximate cubical size of footings. That's cubical size of footings, not columns. Only pedestals means small foundations. You can say. Ensure setting out blinding is okay. Means important point is location of these footings. And reinforcement is a cage already done, caged in form of cage reinforcement. You can do a workshop. Steel shards can do that. And prefabricated panel can come. And so can be sited on